I want some motherfucking chocolate milk.
What's up, Clash Bros? It's Marcus or Epic Life Gaming. Welcome back to another video of Clash Royale. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys the Three Musketeer strategy and how you can totally dominate your opponents using it. So this is the deck that I use when I use the Three Musketeers. The Spear Goblins, of course, the Elixir Pump, very important, one of the key necessities. Tesla Tower, which you can sub in whatever defense you like. Golem, Giant, or P.E.K.K.A. is a must, but you can use any sort of those. I use my Minion Horde because I have very good experience using the Minion Hordes. I know how to use them. Even though they can be arrowed out of the way, I still enjoy them, but you can sub them out for Barbarians if you would like. Plus, it's nice having something else that can shoot air besides your Three Musketeer. Now, this was before the patch where they dropped down to 9 Elixir. There's the Three Musketeers right there. And then I also use a Mirror card, which you can sub out for something else that you would like. And I use a Fireball to take out high damaged opponents in case he's trying to use something against me, and I use that instead of arrows because I can afford the extra elixir because of the elixir pumps. So this is my battle deck that I'm going to be using for the Three Musketeers. Let's get into the first battle. Our first battle is with Sir Bum Tickler. Yes, that is truly his name. He's a level 8, so at this time he was one level higher than me. Sorry I was so late on putting this video out. Have a lot of stuff going on lately, you guys. But this is crazy. This is an epic comeback, you guys. He goes ahead, drops down a giant skeleton, which if you look at my starting deck, what do I use against a giant skeleton besides my Three Musketeers? So I do what I can. I go ahead and decide on what to drop. He also drops down a Hog Rider as well. I drop down my Spear Goblins, but that Bomber takes it out immediately. I had no choice but to drop down my Golem. He drops down a Minion Horde. Look at everything that's on my side of the base. It's crazy. I had to drop down a Fireball, which I missed the Bomber. He actually takes down my tower in the very first push. I get a couple hits on his left tower, not very many, a little bit less than 200 damage on his left tower once he has completely taken out my left-hand tower. So he has a huge advantage on me right now, plus a level advantage. That giant skeleton, there's nothing really in my deck that can stop him besides the Spear Goblins, but the Bomber really makes it difficult to try and distract him. I go ahead and I drop down an Elixir Pump, hoping that he would give myself a little bit of time to, catch my breath, but he drops down his Barbarians in his giant skeleton as well. Doesn't really give me a break, but he used up a bunch of elixir right there, and as you can see in his deck, he had nothing to counter what I had going against him. And as you can see at the top tower, I'm dropping all my Spear Goblins down. My Minion Horde did a great job. That's why I love bringing them, because if they don't have arrows in their deck, which they usually do, but if they don't, you can really punish them. This guy doesn't have arrows in his deck. He goes ahead, drops down his skeleton army. I was going to use my Fireball, but I decided to let that play out so that way I can drop another Elixir Pump. Now that we're in double Elixir time and 2 Elixir Pumps, oh my goodness, am I racking up the Elixir. Goes ahead, drops down his Prince as well as a Minion Horde. So I go ahead and Fireball the Minion Horde at the top because his explosion can't get rid of the Minion Horde. I drop a Minion Horde of my own, and now I'm going for the 3 crown. This is all I was going after, was the 3 crown with this strategy. I was not worrying about going after the 2 crown. I let that Hog Rider go after my tower so that way I can get a little bit of defense on my side. I drop the 3 Musketeers as well as the Spear Goblins. He drops down his minion or his skeleton army, which was able to take out most of my Musketeers. But we're really going after that top tower. He goes ahead, drops down his Barbarian Horde, and then he drops down a Rage spell as well. Gets everything cooking, and this couldn't have went any better. Wastes a Rage spell, and he keeps distracting my Minion Horde, so they're basically playing defense for me, while that 5 Elixir is capitalizing on so much. Took out a Barbarian Horde, took out a Hog Rider, and took down a Skeleton Army. That's what, 13 Elixir? All I have is 858 left to go on that tower. I drop down to 3 Musketeers behind my Golem, take down that giant skeleton, cut more shots, and I grab the 3 crown tower, coming from a huge deficit of taking down my first tower with his first push. Down goes Sir Bum Tickler. This next battle is against Hotbar Bear. I guess it's Hotbar Bear. I really don't know how to say that. So once again, we're using the same exact battle deck. I'm going to go ahead and drop down an elixir pump right at the beginning. That way I can capitalize on that as much as possible. What he is going to do is rocket it out of the way, which is why I brought the mirror card. Boom, I know he has nothing to really counter me, so dropping the double elixir pumps isn't going to hurt me. I actually have an elixir advantage on him because of that rocket. And I still get to keep an elixir pump. It might have cost me a little bit more, but in the end, it will help me out, especially at the beginning of a game. No one really knows what to play, so dropping an elixir pump is a great card to play. I drop my minion horde, and I know he has arrows. He goes ahead and drops them, but the damage has already been done onto that giant, so that minion horde was still very profitable in my opinion. Even though it's 5 elixir against 5 elixir, the giant has a lot of health, and the minion horde does a great job taking him down. I drop my golem immediately at the beginning to really set the tone, to really get an advantage on him, catch him by surprise. He goes ahead and goes after my left tower. I didn't want to drop down the spear goblins. I wanted to save up for my 3 musketeers, but I decided to take him out anyways because of the spear goblins behind the dragon. And then I decided to drop my 3 musketeers after I take care of all of them. I let this all play out because I know the golem damage once it explodes can take out all of those skeletons, so I didn't drop down my fireball. Now I got 3 musketeers on top of this tower, and once your 3 musketeers are locked onto a tower, kiss that tower goodbye. There's nothing really that's going to stop them. And look at this. I have 6 musketeers on his crown tower. He goes ahead and drops down a rocket to get rid of them. Great counter, but damage has already been done. Even with a crown tower or the king's tower, that much damage was done to it with 6 musketeers, even though he took them all out besides one with a rocket. So now he's doing what he can to get some advantage back. But I wasted the spear goblins right there. I definitely should have not played them. Should have saved them. He goes ahead and drops down his barbarian horde. My Tesla should do a good enough job, and I have enough health on that crown tower that I wasn't going to worry about that. I go ahead, drop down a minion horde. Bad play on my part. I knew he had arrows. I don't know why I did it, but I did. I'm really... I got too excited here. His crown tower was at such a low health that I should have kind of slowed it down a little bit, because right here I kind of just forget about my crown tower. I go ahead and fireball it because I really don't want this to go down to the wire. And look at this. I actually saved my crown tower that was down to like 600 health. But look at that, I actually stop him. He goes ahead, drops down a rocket, but I'm able to take down his crown tower before he was able to take me out. I don't know if he was going after his crown chest or what, because he gave up going after, or protecting his crown, his king's tower, and went after my extra towers at 97 health. But we were able to grab that 3-star victory without giving up a single tower. This last attack is actually a live attack that I did against Bolow, and I was going to see how I can do if the pressure on, you can still use this deck and succeed. I can't tell you what he has, so I really did not know what to expect at all going up against this guy. He is the same level as me at that time. He goes ahead and drops down a poison spell. And the reason why people do that right there before they drop down a hog rider, because that prevents you from dropping down a skeleton army, minion horde, anything like that. So it was actually a great advantage. But even though I dropped down 2 elixir pumps at the very beginning, I still had enough to drop down a Tesla tower. Instead of dropping down my fireball, I decided to drop down my spear goblins for some reason. And it ended up saving me because he had the goblin barrel, and I was able to actually use the fireball on top of the goblin barrel. That couldn't have worked out any better. And look at this, you guys. 4 pumps within 2 minutes of the game started. 1 minute down in the game, and I already have 4 pumps. I am getting excited with this deck. This deck is exciting. Even when the 3 Musketeer was 10 elixir, it was still usable. So even at 9 elixir, it's even better. I was able to drop down my minion horde, which got a bunch of damage off onto his right-hand tower. So it just softens it up for my golem to come down the lane, drop down the 3 Musketeers behind him, and he's pretty much like crap because I know he's down to no elixir at all. He doesn't know what to play. Down goes the first crown tower. Now we're going after the king's tower, waiting to drop my fireball, anticipating a minion horde, and there it is right there. But probably a little too late. The good thing I didn't anticipate it though, I would have missed, but it was too late anyways. I was able to grab the 3 tower with less than 2 minutes into the battle. He was just laughing because that was pretty comical there. So that was my strategy, using the 3 musketeers, only grabbing 3 crown victories. So at 9 elixir with the 3 musketeers, it's even more viable to use now. So there it is, you guys. You can use my battle deck and go out there and grab some 3 crown victories of your own. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And now it's time for everybody's favorite game, Stinky Pinky. It's time to play the game Stinky Pinky, a word game called Stinky Pinky. Everybody loves the game Stinky Pinky. It's time to play the game Stinky Pinky, a word game called Stinky Pinky. I'm the best at Stinky Pinky. Everybody loves the game Stinky Pinky. Stinky Pinky is a wordplay game where you describe 2 words that rhyme, but you can't use those words in the description. If I was to give you smelly finger, you would give me Stinky Pinky. Last video Stinky Pinky was Clorox hot dog, and the answer was cleaner wiener. And the Clash Bro got the answer correct first was Verizon TCG other. Great job, man. You deserve a fish sandwich.
Too early to get a fish sandwich?
Hold your Stinky Pinky high up in the air, Verizon. You are today's winner. If you would like to be featured in my next video, all you have to do is be the first person to answer the correct Stinky Pinky in the comments. This video's Stinky Pinky will be Sarcastic Boob. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to show all your Clash Bro love by smashing the like button. Want to join the Clash Bro family? All you have to do is subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget, my Clash Bros, to stay beautiful.
Make it drop, honey.